This is Matrix Lord 212. Hello, everybody. So, I wanted to talk about this because I didn't really cover this, but it seems to me that it's finally happened that Sony is blocking the instant platinum companies. It looks like Breakthrough Gaming Arcade is not putting out games anymore for Sony, and they're only going for Xbox and other avenues, and that they're going to be delisting all their games from PlayStation Store. I noticed this week when games are coming out, and the company said it on Twitter, I went to the PlayStation Store and I'll see that one of my friends is playing the game, and I'm like, okay, and then I go to buy it and I can't buy it, and I'm like, well, where the hell is it? They have totally taken any of these instant games in the PlayStation Store. They hide it now. Well, you got to search, you got to type it in the search, or you got to do crazy stuff to find it. It is so ridiculous that they're making money from these companies, but they're catering to people. They want their cake and eat it too, Sony. So they want to make money from these companies, but they refuse to promote these games at all. Like, that's disgusting. Like, the fact that there's a demand for these games, and there's an audience for these games, and people have been paying money for these games, and now you're making people search for it. Like, are you trying to destroy the sales? Or are you trying to, what are you trying to do here? You're not eliminating them, but you're just hiding them. Isn't that annoying, though, honestly? So, all right, they're not God of War, but, like, God forbid you want to buy one of these games, like the quiz games, that you have to type it in. It's ridiculous. I'm not happy about it because, again, I like things fast, easy, like when I want to buy things. I don't like complications. Like if I'm buying something online on Amazon, or I'm in a search bar or something, like to search for stuff, like it should be very easy for me to buy certain things. But if you're going to hide your product from your customers, that's a problem. And I think Sony has a big, big problem because, again, I'm pretty sure that their sales went in the toilet the moment they stopped these instant games. Like, they are not as profitable at all because they're definitely not putting out more games. They're putting out a lot less games. So I don't know how you could be more profitable because you're definitely not. And again, it's just annoying that, you make this statement about these games copying and pasting, right? But it's all bullshit because you got to be friends with Sony to put those fucking games out. Like, in other words, you want to say you can't have the jumping taco and the jumping burger, right? Hear me out on this. But then you have the game called Airy, that bird that flies, that gets those things. It's the same fucking game that comes out every couple of months. It's basically a copy and paste. The only thing that's different is you change the graphics in the background. It's the same fucking game. But you love that company, and you love those people, so you let them put that out with no friggin' restrictions. But then you'll give shit to other people if you have a jumping taco, a jumping Santa, whatever, but yet certain games are allowed to. Isn't that weird how certain companies are allowed to put out those games? Now, I wouldn't consider Airy an instant platinum. Like, easy, right? Because you just got to get the things. But it's just a matter of, like, it's the same copy and paste thing. The game didn't change. It's literally, if you don't even pay attention to the background, you're the bird flying to get these crystals or whatever. That's it. It's the same game. So technically, it is a copy and paste. But yet they'll allow that because they like that company. But they don't like, these other companies. It's just so ridiculous. I can't even tell you how it makes no sense at all. And some of my favorite companies, like, I'm missing their stuff, and they're going to put out all new stuff, I'm sure. But it's ridiculous that you just can't have what was selling. The stuff was selling good, and then you just They're just picking on all these companies, but then they're favorites with other companies, and they're allowing them to do it. All right, I don't know. All I know is that it's the instant platinums are still there. It's just now you got to play hide and seek. You got to really search. You got to waste time trying to find it. You got to, if you can't get it on the search bar and PlayStation app, then you got to go on the computer side of it, or then you got to go in a certain It's so ridiculous. It's just mind-boggling how stupid this company is that they're doing this shit. Like, you're listening to people that are not buying games and about the leaderboards and everything, but then the people that were buying the games are pissed off because you just took them away or you just eliminated them, you know? That's annoying. So again, I honestly think if I was Sony, I'd reestablish all that shit and cut the bitching and complaining. If you really want to be on the leaderboard, you'll find a way to be number one. Honestly, put that shit back the way it was and stop these restrictions. But this is the society now, this woke nonsense, Twitter keyboard warriors that you listen to, or people that just don't really spend that much money on gaming. You're going to listen to these people. Ridiculous. But anyway, I'm still going to be number one regardless on PlayStation profiles, but I just find it, like, as a consumer, as a customer, annoying. Take care. Bye for now.